So today I'm going to be showing you a 15-minute yoga series that you can do after your workout. So this is great for athletes, it's great for after your cardio session, and these moves are pretty simple. So to start, we just want to get our heart rates down. If you just finished doing cardio or your workout, we're going to start by bending the knees, inhaling, our arms coming up overhead, reach up towards the ceiling, exhale to lower. Again, inhale up. On this next one, we're going to do a forward fold. So inhale, on the exhale, we're going to reach down for those feet. Now, what I want you to do is slightly bend your knees so your legs don't have to be completely straight. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see me, and we're going to do a half lift. So really flatten that back. You can tell my knees are slightly bent. This is great for your hamstrings. You're also going to feel this just right kind of above the backside of your knees. And then we're going to come back down to the floor. So we're going to get ready to step back, and I'm going to turn this way again so you can see me. And I want you to place your right foot back, drop the knee down, and we're now in a runner's lunge. So if you were in track, this used to be the starting position. I don't know if it still is. But inhale the arms up. We're going to exhale the hands at heart center. And I'm just pressing my hips forward slightly, just enough to what feels good for me. So you might be a little more upright, or you might be kind of pressing forward. You should be able to see the difference there. Now, bringing the hands down to the mat, we're going to brush our fingertips back as we straighten this lead leg, toes coming up. So another deep hamstring stretch here. This is called half splits. Okay, we're going to bring the hands now to the inside of your foot, and we'll peel the foot away from your hands. This is called open lizard. This is great for your glutes. You should be feeling this in this back left side. Okay, pressing the foot into the mat. Now we're going to frame the foot, come up on your back toes so that you can step forward. Bend the knees. Let's inhale the arms all the way up. We're going to come into chair pose on the exhale. Chair is basically just a narrow squat. Let's bring our hands at heart center. We're going to drop down one elbow, looking up above the other. We are in twisted chair. Come back to center, other side. Still focus on your breathing. It's easy to kind of forget about it, but still nice, slow, deep breaths. Come back to center. Inhale the arms all the way up. Forward fold again. Exhale down. Half lift. We're just going to hold here for a moment. Let's bring the hands back down. This time we're going to step our left foot back down into your kneeling runner's lunge. Inhale the arms up overhead. Now you can keep them here if you'd like, or on the exhale, draw your hands at heart center. So if you feel a little wobbly here, that's actually pretty normal. This requires some balance. Hinging forward, brush the fingertips back, straighten this front leg, toes coming up towards the ceiling. Now you can hold these longer. I'm just holding each for a couple of breaths, sometimes a little longer. Okay, bend that front knee. Let's place your hands to the inside of your foot, open lizard. Pressing the foot down into the mat, let's frame your foot, come up onto your toes of your back leg. We're going to step forward. Inhale, arms up, one chair pose, exhale into chair. Let's go ahead and go back to the twisted chair. Drop down one elbow, looking up over the other. Back to center, switch sides. Back back to center. Inhale, arms coming all the way up. Forward fold, exhale. Half lift. Let's drop back down to the feet. Now this time, let's step both feet back. Press your bottom up into down dog. And hopefully you can see me. I'm actually going to turn just in case you can't quite see what I'm doing here. But my feet, my heels are not pressed all the way down into the floor. If you can do that, that's awesome. But my ears are in alignment with my arms. My bottom is up in the air. I'm at an angle here. And we're just going to pedal the feet. So stretch out your calves here. Now we're going to balance on our left leg. Raise the right leg up towards the ceiling. We're going to come into a warrior one pose. So I'll show you from this direction and then I'm going to turn to the front so you can see me a little bit better. We're going to step our right foot forward. We're going to come up as if you're in a lunge, but we're going to drop that back foot. So you're going to turn it back, okay? Let me turn just so you can see me. I'm going to kind of split that leg so you can see this back foot. See how that foot is? This is called a warrior one pose, and this front knee is bent. So let's bring the arms up overhead. Now we're going to come into pyramid. And for pyramid pose, I straighten the front leg and I hinge forward from my hips. Now on this one, you're probably going to have to keep the knees slightly bent. I know I do because it's a pretty deep stretch here. Now bend the knee a little more so, frame your foot. We're going to slide this foot back now. Pop the bottom back up into down dog. Pedal the feet once more. Now balancing on your other leg. So this time I'm balancing on my right leg. My left foot is up in the air. Draw the knee forward. We're going to step that foot forward. Drop the back foot. Come up into warrior one on this other side. If your shoulders get tired, we're not holding it too long, but they may get tired depending on what you just did for your workout. You can always come here with your hands. Okay, hinging forward, pyramid pose. Bend the front knee more so that you can step the right foot forward. Bend the knees. Inhale all the way up. One chair. We're not going to twist this time. We're just going to hold in chair. Inhale all the way up. Forward fold this time. Half lift. Let's bring the hands down to the mat. Step the right one and then the left one. We're in plank. Pop the bottom up into down dog. Right leg comes up. Bend the knee. Open up your hips to the side of the room. So if I was to look underneath my left armpit, I should see my right foot underneath. Now we're going to come into pigeon pose. We're going to draw the right knee forward. We're going to set that leg down. And I like to walk my back leg back a little bit. So I'm going to show you from the side what this looks like. I'm going to kind of twist here. So I'm a little bit upright. This knee is bent. Now you're going to have to modify if you have issues with your knees or maybe that's just a little too much. So in pigeon, you then can stay upright or you can walk yourself down to the mat. In my typical yoga classes, I usually have us hold this for about a minute just because it feels so good. For right now, we're just going to hold for a few breaths. So if you want to walk it down to the mat, draw your head down. Feel free to do so. Okay, pressing up to hands. Your back foot, come up on your toes because we're gonna slide this leg back so we can come back into down dog. So in plank at first, pressing the bottom up into down dog. We're gonna find balance on that right leg. Left foot comes up, bend the knee, open up the hips to the side of the room. Okay, leading with this left knee. Bring the knee forward, set it down. Right knee comes down back behind you. If you want to walk that leg back further, you're going to get more of a stretch here. So holding here. I can feel it just sitting upright. So if you're just going to stay here, that's fine because a lot of people can still feel the stretch just as well. If you want to try walking it down, just don't force anything. Do what your body will allow. Okay, press up to hands. Come up onto your back toes. We're gonna slide this foot back. Now, we gotta come back up to the top of our mat. You can hop forward or you can just step your feet forward. So hopping looks like that, or just take a couple of steps up. We have couple more things to do. Exhale the hands down. So I would turn to the side so that my feet are on the mat, but just so you can see me, I'm gonna straddle the mat, which leads us to straddle pose. So our toes are pointing out. Be careful if you don't have a yoga mat. If you're on carpet like mine, my feet are kind of sliding a little bit. We are going to bend the knees, inhale the arms all the way up. We're gonna hinge forward from the hips again, coming down to the mat. Now here, you can spread your feet a little more so, depending on how you're feeling. And we're gonna go side lunge. So we're gonna bend one of the knees here, and I'm still supporting myself. I don't wanna fall over, and I'm not placing weight on that knee. I just have my hand up there. Okay, other side, side lunge here. Okay, let's straighten the legs. We're still in our straddle splits. Walk your hands out slightly. So you might be off of your mat at this point if you were still on your mat. Place your weight into your left arm. We're gonna inhale the right one up, out to the side in a twist. And on your next exhale, lower down, and let's switch sides. Inhale it up. We're gonna take a couple of breaths here. Exhale it down. Bend the knees. Inhale the arms all the way up. Exhale the hands down. So let's do one thing on the mat. We're almost to our 15-minute mark. We're gonna start in staff pose. You probably did this in grade school, where you're gonna hinge forward, reach for the toes. But in yoga, you get to bend the knees. So don't feel like you gotta keep your legs perfectly straight. Let's inhale the arms up. On the exhale, hinge forward, bend the knees as you need to. We're really trying to reach for those big toes. Releasing the toes, or maybe you were holding onto the shins. You're going to roll up. And let's bend one leg. So this is my left side. Right leg is going to come on top. Now, you don't have to look exactly like this. If you can have a leg on top of the other, that's going to be ideal, because what we're going to do, you're really going to feel in that top leg and that glute. Okay, so you're going to just start here, and this may be it. Now, if you can, you're going to walk your fingertips forward and hold. Okay, coming back up to the starting position, we're going to switch this out. On this side, I can't do it as well just because I have some issues with my knees, but we're going to hold this leg on top. bringing the hands out front, either keeping it here or walking the fingertips out. And release. So now you could spend 5 or 10 minutes in like a final relaxation, laying down on your mat. But I hope that these helped you today. That's a quick 15-minute routine. You can repeat that for a full 30 minutes. So anyways, thank you and have a great day.